Alright, and then on February 13th, we have Betty Boa. The 14th, we have Bryson Blade. The, the 20th, we have Justin Pac-Man Xavier. Um, the 21st, we have Ken Warren. And then on February 28th, we have Uncle Mike. So, a um, big lineup for February already when it comes to interviews. Alright,
And
Scooter, I think we're done putting ourselves over, right?
one more. I'm gonna save it for the end of the show. A major announcement
Okay.
from me. Okay.
Well, it was a great day for wrestling because we are wrestling with the news. And we will be getting into all things Royal Rumble in our second segment today. But a big bit of news that came out this week was that CM Punk tore his tricep. Anybody knows that he was scheduled to wrestle Seth Rollins at WrestleMania headline night one, which kind of see now that that is not happening, it kind of seems like everything is up in the air when it comes to the card of WrestleMania. First and foremost, talking about CM Punk's torn tricep, like, what bad luck, no?
Yeah, and people are gonna say, that it was that it's punishment for all the shit that went down in AEW, and
That's fucking
and
terrible.
it's absolutely uh, it's complete bullshit. Uh, what's not though is Punk should have never said he was raring to go like he was still like it was still 10 years ago.
What do you mean?
You remember back in when he did that first interview, he was like, he feels like a brand new, you know, competitor. He feels like he can still go like it was 20 years ago.
I don't
He,
remember that promo.
yeah, he, it was more or less. I mean, I'm not using the specific words,
Okay.
but he was saying he still had the drive of a rookie, basically. If that makes any sense,
Yeah,
and
I gotcha.
and unfortunately, Punk became a victim of his own hubris. Uh,
I get it.
yeah, people slow. Older wrestlers really, if they were known for one style at the start of their career, it's not a bad thing if you have to learn another style in the twilight of your career. Jesus. That, I will say this, the injury did not have to happen.
No, it absolutely couldn't. But, and this is the same tricep that he tore in the match against Mox at All Out, right?
Um,
Like a year and a half ago.
with, I, why did I think that with Mox it was a leg?
No, this is a tricep.
The tricep is in the,
The arm.
yeah,
Yeah.
but with Mox and Punk it was a leg. Wasn't the arm?
Um.
It, he was limping.
Okay.
I I mean, he may have just been limping, because he's Punk.
Okay, no, I
Okay,
think you're getting confused with the force injury he had, which he
okay,
shattered
yes.
his ankle,
Okay.
and then
Yes,
the
he.
second one, right before the All Out
Yeah,
brawl,
yeah,
is he tore
yeah.
his tricep.
Punk really Adam Cold that ankle.
Or you could say Adam Cole, CM Punk's
Nope,
his ankle.
nope.
Well, it seems like everything was pretty set in stone like a couple of weeks ago, what was going to be for WrestleMania, and now Punk's injured. Um, Brock Lesnar went on to play water sports. Um, and things are really up in the air. For anybody that doesn't know, The Rock made his triumphant return on SmackDown to confront Roman Reigns. Um,
At,
to the
at the
chagrin
behest
of
of Cody
some.
Rhodes. Yeah, and at
Fortunately,
the behest of Cody Rhodes. Uh, if you really want to break it down, essentially, Cody referred to Rock as his counsel.
hmm,
So
there's going to be a press conference in on Thursday.
in Las Vegas, why Vegas? I don't know. I mean, unless they're announcing something is going to take place there as well.
Maybe
Um,
WrestleMania 41.
uh, given, I think they're going to try for 41 in another country with everything. Um, we don't know what SummerSlam is this year.
Yeah, but I mean they did SummerSlam there already.
Yeah, well, hmm.
Well, going back to my original thoughts, um, first and foremost, who does Seth wrestle at WrestleMania at this point? If he's able to wrestle, because his leg is pretty jacked himself.
It's a very it's a very interesting scenario to think of. Um, will they? Wait, will it be Rollins going into WrestleMania as champion? I have a funny feeling that it's not, because between now and the night after WrestleMania, Priest is cashing in.
Um,
I mean, I mean, it's gonna happen now. Uh, it probably at Elimination Chamber. If you want to even make it more historic. Um, but
that would be
then
a good
a good
that would
opponent
be
for Seth, regardless.
it would be a good little Easter egg. Rhea is home, makes her triumphant return home, and Damian Priest upstages as well.
Which would be interesting, and it could sow discord for uh, Judgment Day, especially considering that the rumor on the tag title match is Balor and Priest against Austin Truth.
Yeah, I could see that being
Um,
the biggest problem with all of this is there's one more PLE before Mania, and that's the Elimination Chamber. So a lot of this you could say, oh well, they'll save it for Mania, but they're going to be in a stadium for the Chamber, and they need
yeah,
matches that are going to
uh,
fill that arena.
and Rhea has said she's very much open to defending the title inside the chamber. That's not going to happen because we already know one half uh, of the women's main events,
Right.
which we'll get to later. So logic dictates uh, that there's gonna be a women's elimination chamber to determine Rhea Ripley, and it's most likely Becky. And as much as I'm a fan of Becky, blah, I don't want to see Rhea Becky again. No.
We've never seen Becky Rhea.
We would. Oh God, what am I? You know, it's all right. Fine. Everybody that looks like Becky.
The fuck? Are you talking about Gigi Dolan? I don't think
Yeah.
she's wrestled for either.
I just don't want to see Becky and Rhea. I don't think that's a big a match as everyone would make it out to be.
I
Uh,
disagree, but continue.
it, but I mean, if we need an opponent for Seth, and we're saying that he's still walking into Mania as the champion.
Right.
Um, you know, that logic would with Cody, going after Roman, which again, that is now up in the air. So now there's so many other variables to factor in. Uh, so it stands to reason somebody from SmackDown would go over there. No, 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 no. You know what? I'll pick the perfect opponent, and I'll pick it right now, and it will be title for title.
Gunter and Seth?
Yep.
Hmm.
Since we're apparently not getting Brock Gunther anymore.
Yep. I mean, it's
And
still, it could. Well, no, probably not.
I mean, how many people even knew uh, Brock was even supposed to be in the Rumble?
True. I mean,
I mean,
people
I mean
probably felt that Braun Breaker had a very strong showing at the
that
Rumble. Not that it
which
was copy and paste.
which if they take a chance on someone, it might be Braun.
Mm, I don't know about
And
that.
I hate saying that. I really do.
I think
But they are really trying to turn Breaker into this amalgamation of his father, his uncle, and Goldberg. And if Goldberg can get out of the nursing home for a day.
Do not speak that into existence.
We could get a nice Braun
No,
Breaker. Hold on. We get a nice Braun Breaker Goldberg squash match where Breaker beats him in 86 seconds.
no. It is now illegal.
Everybody's got a price.
I so dislike you right now.
I don't even like myself right now. Moving on.
So, just going to the main event. You seem really excited of the potential Rock Roman match.
Well, it's not the match per se. It's how they're approaching it. Because we really thought that it was just going to be they're going to say it and that's going to be it. No, they're letting the fans fill in the blanks before they say anything. Of course, in 3 some odd days, we will probably know. Um, the question is, in what order?
And I think people are more leaning on my side of things of where we want to see Cody finish the story.
Yeah, so I absolutely, I'd want Cody to finish the story. I want to see that at Mania. That needs to happen at Mania. Otherwise, you know what? Screw the WWE. And you know what? You've broken my heart for the last fucking time. You've broken every fan's heart for the last fucking time. If that does not happen,
And not just at WrestleMania, at this
not,
WrestleMania.
yes.
You can't push it to 41, or you're you're promising something to the fans in really bad faith.
I mean, I really don't want to, bring up Lou again. I mean, even though Lou's been on vacation and hasn't been in the ring for almost 5 years now,
What are you talking about? She's on NXT.
that's not the Lou I'm thinking of.
No, I'm pretty sure that's Lou.
Woohoo! What's new? No, are you
Well,
thinking of
I think
Luca?
I think you're right on. It's really smart on their end to say, well, we're not going to mention anything and see where the fans lie in the next couple of days, the next 6 days. Is there going to be an outcry? Is there going to be a, uh, essentially, a boycott like there was with Daniel Bryan, where people were not having it? You know what I mean?
Yes, you also have to take into account the fact that Rock and Cody shared words that nobody knows yet. I mean, and I've got Twitter on, you know, reload, like auto reload, and it's. I mean, the whole thing is, are they going to play it as Rock wanting the title?
Well, let me present you with this. Rock Roman main event night 1. Rock beats Roman. Rock wrestles Cody night 2. Cody goes over Rock.
No, no, you can't, you can't, you can't finish the story with essentially a brand new villain.
So it
And I
has to
don't
be
mean,
Roman.
yeah, I don't mean villain as in heel. It's just you can't, you know, this isn't, a King the Conqueror thing where you can, pull a new villain from the roster, of villains. Um, and I don't. I think they would. I think they would put Roman over Rock because then at least he's still got he's still the Samoan heavyweight champion of the world, which which I would love to see if Roman goes into a downward spiral and starts going insane. And he's palling around with R-Truth. Oh my God. Trips, you're listening. I know you are. You bugged every fan's phone, podcasted, forum, subreddit. We know you're listening in. That one, the first one's free. But
It's
yeah, it's
really confusing to speculate at this point,
yeah.
honestly.
But you know what? It's exciting.
You're not
It
wrong.
to not know because in professional wrestling, you know, we're smart motherfuckers. We know what's going on. And when you can really confuse two people like you and I, they're doing something right.
Or they're just as confused as we are at this
That
point.
that that's also a possibility. I mean, they might just be confused as I was when I uh, when I found out that Boy George was actually a man.
Well, something else that has made me confuse WWE was the pop that Trick Williams got on SmackDown last week. I don't know if you saw it, Scudo, but
What trick?
Trick got a pop. It wasn't the type of pop of a CM Punk or a Cody, but it was definitely a bigger pop than anything any other NXT wrestlers had on the main roster up to this point.
And,
Is
what?
Trick Can Trick Williams maybe surpass even Carmelo in popularity if they do decide to put him on the main roster?
Um, cool. Carmelo and Trick were both uh, on SmackDown. They're both being called up. Um, given that, and I really didn't think we were actually going to talk about this. Um, Vengeance Day is already happening. Um, and everybody down there wants to see him win, the NXT Championship.
Is he going for the championship?
Uh, yes, it's him and Ilya.
Hmm.
Um,
I mean,
no,
that
the
wouldn't
next.
necessarily make sense if
Oh
they're.
no, wait, no, I'm sorry. Yep, it is tomorrow, Sunday. It is the 4th. I keep forgetting that
I
they
thought
do those on Sunday.
for a second there, it sounded like there was a wrestler named Tomorrow
Oh,
that was wrestling
oh,
Dragunov.
oh. Not to mention, okay, Trick is wrestling twice on Sunday. uh, for the Dusty Classic and the NXT Championship.
Damn.
And I mean they're up against Braun Breaker, another Raw signee. I have to go over that and look at that because I actually tuned in literally as he was closing the contract binder and telling Adam Pearce, "We'll see you Monday." I mean, and then and Adam Pearce, of course, bragged to Nick Aldis, and now I'm kind of interested in seeing Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis in a NWA Rules match. Like I don't want Trick to get burnt out so quickly, given that he's got a lot. The question is a Carmelo heel turn coming? Because
Nothing against Carmelo, but he works better heel.
yes, and they've made him into a little bit of a bitch. There's no other way to say it. Don't miss Mello would never be doing any of this shit. He'd be fucking cool, calm, and collected. Instead, Carmelo is the ex-wife. Carmelo, his last name might as well be Soprano.
Carmelo Soprano?
Yeah. I mean, because Tony's wife was Carmella Soprano, and Corey Graves, and never mind. But then who knows? Maybe Booker will get involved and just keep on shouting during Trick's theme music. Like, I really want to see Trick thrive because Trick comes from my neck of the woods.
Does he now?
Yeah, he got his start in NYC.
Okay.
Tequila.
We are being joined by Tequila Calico.
Oh, I had the right link. There we go.
We're talking about the returns and call-ups of WWE in the last week. We were just talking about Trick Williams maybe surpassing Carmelo in popularity at this point. Your thoughts?
He got a catchy song. Whoop that. And even though the song, it's
Yeah.
whoop that trick. It's literally a hip hop chant. It's a hip hop anthem in Memphis. They play that at basketball game. That not too far fetched.
Well, keeping on returns, Andrade and Trinity have made their returns at the Rumble. Andrade will be a part of the Raw roster, and I believe Trinity will be a part of the SmackDown roster.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
I'm glad that they decided to put Andrade on Raw rather than in the telenovela that is SmackDown at this point. So, kudos to them.
I mean, Telemundo.
Telemundo, telenovela, whatever you want to call it. Um,
Telegram, telephone, telegreek.
so that just leaves us with, I mean, I just wonder what are they actually going to do with Andrade at this point? That's your
Uh,
cues to say things.
By the way, Breaker has not made his decision. That's what I had seen when he closed the binder. He'll make his decision on Raw.
Okay. What Andrade? Is he gonna do something on Raw, or is he just sitting in catering at this point?
I mean, they put Elektra Lopez back with Santos.
Which was a brilliant move, honestly.
Yes, and Zelina Vega should have never been part of the heel faction when it started. Um, they gotta take a bigger chance on Andrade. They got, with everybody over on SmackDown, Andrade is essentially, the big
Sink or
fish in
swim.
the pond, so to speak, because he's he's not LWO, which is all over SmackDown. So make them take a chance. Take a chance on Andrade. Really build him up. Like they just. I can't. I mean, I can't even say anything else about it. I mean, they just have to take a chance on him.
What say you, Felico?
I mean, they all of these people just need to get back to confidence in the sense of what they were in NXT, as far as like the people who were there. Like in Andrade's case, it was never about LWO or anything of that sort. It was just him being like the man. It was just his bravado and his charisma and his swag more so than any. So let him get a chance to gain that again, and don't put him with the LWO storyline. Because if you put him there, it's just basically you're just saying all of them are alike.
Right.
So so give him that, like what Scooter said, give him that opportunity to show he's the man. And keep in mind, he's got Charlotte, so they could kind of play the real life thing here. So it's not like that's out of the realm.
I mean, you're not wrong, but doesn't that kind of undermines him because he would not be the biggest star in that scenario. It would be Charlotte and then Andrade. No.
But it's not like Charlotte can do anything for 6 months
Oh, so you're saying like
other
put
than
him
hype
as
him
the
up.
manager?
Yeah, gives her a little chance to be on screen,
That would absolutely not
kind of
hurt.
Yeah, I mean,
be heelish, help them win matches.
like,
Couple you love to hate.
yeah, I could see them, using Charlotte in, in an interview capacity with Andrade.
That would actually be great. I do like that idea.
I
But
mean, and then make them feud with Bianca and Tez, and then Miz and Maurice.
and then
Now let's not get that far.
and then
And then R-Truth and JD McDonough.
there you go.
And then you might as well just bring in Cena and Nikki Bella at this point. I mean, Natalia and Tyson Kidd, Edge and Beth Phoenix,
When he's
No,
Matt Hardy and Reba Sky.
first of all, Rebby, and second of all, Rebby Sky is my wife. Thank you. I have the picture to prove it. And
Hey,
third of all, I believe you mean Adam Copeland and Madam Copeland.
hmm. Well, no, if he's
might as well
coming
bring
back to
in Evil
WWE,
so it
he's
could
going to
be
be
EO and Evil.
EO and Evil. Yeah, there you go. That brings us to Trinity. Um, Naomi. Um, can she come back to glory where she's on top of the food chain again, or is he just gonna be that middle card and just kind of be happy to be employed at this point? Kaliko?
A stable hand, shit. And SmackDown need it because God knows it's just
Nope.
a bunch of
I couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah.
Rhea's the SmackDown
I can understand what you're saying.
violence.
Kaliko, you're breaking up.
Brilliant point. Brilliant. What very elocutive.
From what I was able to gather from Kaliko, and he's not wrong when he says that she's a stable hand. You can rely on her to have a good match. But that being said, doesn't that put her in the the Natalia role, but on SmackDown?
I believe what he said was Miss Lippy's car is green and Billy likes to drink soda. No,
Oh, because my kid's reading his book. Yeah, you're.
no, no, because we didn't understand. You cut out so much.
So he's doing story time. My apologies, America. I got a kid that's got homework on it.
You
Uh,
got kids.
but, I mean, yeah, I can't. Anyways, what I was saying was that yeah, she's a stable hand, and they need more women on SmackDown because it's just Rhea Ripley and then everyone else, and Rhea's on Raw more than she is on SmackDown, even though she's the SmackDown Women's Champion. So
So was there? I believe there was a yeet in there, James.
Oh, a what?
A yeet?
Yeet?
I
yeet.
thought I
I
thought
want
there
to
was
yeet her in SmackDown.
right when he cut out.
Yeet. Yep.
There was a yeet, and it was could have been some other y syllable word. I don't know.
What say you?
The yeet her in.
Man, Kalika's got that Australian internet.
What about
Am
you?
I bad?
I mean, it's pretty bad. We're getting on every other word at this point. I'm not sure if you
James,
can hear us.
Oh,
James, get the parrot.
Uh, uh,
I mean,
oh God, we're completely losing him. Scooter,
Yeah.
your thoughts on
Uh,
Naomi?
no, it very good.
Will you stop it?
ah, um, well, I wouldn't mind if they gave Naomi a talk show and just call it Naomi's Bakery. Because god damn, ooh, I'm like I don't know if that was done on purpose. But you remember that TikTok trend where there were those leggings that made anybody's ass look like you know you got ass implants.
Okay.
I mean, she could she could have she could actually win a twerking contest against Katie Forbes.
That's saying something.
Yep. Um. Oh man. Uh, they're gonna stay. They're gonna stick Naomi with somebody. And considering that her husband now looks like one of the biggest pussies on SmackDown. I said the secret boy. I'm sorry. I mean, I love Jimmy. I love what he's doing. What this does make him look. It does make him look like he's got a very big vagina.
Well, let's move on to rumor innuendo when it comes to people who are coming back to WWE.
Oh God, I thought since you thought you were about to say since I mentioned vagina, let's talk about No, not gonna say it.
She did challenge Bianca Belair to a match in an interview, stating that if she wants to come over and fight, that she's open to it. Um, how cold in hell does it have to be for Bianca Belair to come to TNA to wrestle?
It it you know it they've I'm pretty sure they've had a match. It just didn't have the fact that Naomi had left behind it.
No,
Um.
Bianca and Jordan Grace.
Oh. Oh. I didn't realize you were actually saying, oh, okay, let's talk about Jordan Grace. Because I
Yes!
said, nope, not going to say it. Not going to talk about her gigantic clit. Ah, shit.
Will you stop
Damn
it?
it! You made me do that.
You have a
Yeah,
choice, Scooter.
I would love, I would love to see more of Jordan Grace as a wrestler in the ring representing TNA, the wrestling promotion. What? Who am I pointing at? Jesus.
This is audio only. What the fuck are you doing?
No. God. Oh, I wish I was still on drugs.
Oh my god.
Kaliko, could you please salvage some of the segment?
Jesus, I'm like, what was going down right there? I mean, I'm just glad you guys can hear me. I'm
Yes,
just,
yes,
What?
let me.
you are
What?
clear.
Yeah.
So where were we before we went off that rail?
Jordan Grace versus Bianca Belair. Can it happen? Will it happen? How cold in hell does it have to be for it to happen?
Um, can it happen? Yes. Will it happen? No. How likely, as far as cold hell, for it to happen? Uh, as long as she's the TNA champion, I'm gonna go me joining the NBA right now. That's how close it is.
Well, not NBA,
And
but
that's no knock. I, I just think it's just more like because it's a lose. I mean, it's a lose lose. Because even though because if Bianca wins, I mean, what did she gain by winning?
right.
Beating Jordan. Jordan got more to gain by winning than Bianca does.
I mean, it
See
will be a
that
banger of a match. I don't think anybody will deny that.
see that what they should do is do it as a once off. And then you get if Jordan is still the Knockouts champion, you get the title off her, then you bring her in to the WWE on a more regular basis, and then you make it about her working her way back to getting that rematch with Bianca.
But that would mean, a contract would be in place for Jordan Grace. Do you see
It
WWE
is
being interested in signing Jordan?
there's a working agreement between TNA and WWE in place. Um, remember when TNA actually changed their event? It's from pay-per-views to premium live events. But yeah, that's part of a working agreement.
Hmm.
Um, so neither company has to exercise it, but they can if they want to. Um, that's what I mean. That's why they got Jordan in the first place, so Naomi could finish up the tapings.
Right.
Um, but there's going to be we are going to see more, you know, you know, stuff about somebody having to walk through a door. That's just fucking silly.
Right.
Shots shots fired, Tony. Your move, Christian Cage match. Uh, uh, mm. I mean, Jordan did pick the right time to want to be in the WWE. You know, as opposed to the days they brought in panties matches and
Right. Me and Kaliko was speculating who might be the new commentator for Raw or SmackDown, and the one name that did not come up last week was who eventually did do the replacing, and that is Pat McAfee. Happy that he's back on board doing commentary. Kaliko?
So basically, they just took the SmackDown crew and put them on Raw.
Yep.
mm, mm, mm.
The before they did the flip, because McAfee went on College Game Day. I It makes sense for him to be on Raw because if he's still doing College Game Day Saturday, he can still kind of flip it to Monday by having to be there Friday because he couldn't do Fridays because reproductive for college football on Saturday.
They should have got Nick Saban to be commentator.
Oh God, no. Nick Saban, Nick. I mean, don't get me wrong. He's out here golfing with 50 Cent. So I mean, he got the street cred. But nah,
And here you thought the NFL would some NFL team would pay him big money to come coach them. But that's not what we talk about here on Wrestling With. This is not football with.
It's wrestling with. Um, and speaking of wrestling with, Malachi Black and Don't Call Me Buddy Pal Buddy Matthews. It's rumored and innuendo when their contracts come up with AEW that they will be moving back to WWE. Um, is there room for Malachi and Buddy in WWE at this point, or would they just get lost in the shuffle like they usually did? Like they are right now in literally a different company. Kaliko?
I mean their wives are there, so that's basically their place.
I mean, they
I
could
mean
come
they're
to
just.
AEW. Rhea
But
and
what I'm saying
Tamina.
is that I mean there's room. I mean Malachi when he was there, he was a dude, man. He was a stud. So not like he was no punk. I mean, Buddy might have some work to do,
Okay,
but
yeah, like changing his name,
but
first of all. You can't have a
pretty
heel
much.
named Buddy.
Unless you team him with Pal.
But
Yeah,
but but I mean he'll get. I mean Malachi Black would get his name back, right?
Alistair.
He'll be Alistair.
You know what?
Buddy
Make him
Buddy
Tommy
will
End
be
again.
Buddy.
Make him Tommy End again and have him replace, because with him you have the almost conflicting with Karrion Kross.
I could make the
Well,
argument you
he'll
could
come back
replace.
as the
Continue, Kaligo.
he'll come back as the John Smith. He'll come back as the John Smith to Zelina Vega's Pocahontas.
And he's gonna
Maybe rescue her from LWO.
he's gonna turn her into a 14-year-old and kill everyone. History is dark, people. Look it up.
Yeah,
Or
history is dark.
Terrible.
I could make the argument that you could literally replace Malachi with Carrion,
That's
and
that's what was getting at.
it would
Yep.
actually be a lot better promo wise.
Because he wouldn't have to say anything.
Pretty
And
much.
I'm not even saying, take him, Carrion and Scarlet, right? Yeah. Um,
Yeah.
just replace Carrion and don't even explain it. Just say Malachi is now here.
Like, I mean, it's like they're leaning heavy into the 5-person stables, like it was the olden days, like it was the early '80s of the NWA, and how every night there was war games.
Well, we shall see. Well, we know Dominic has a rivalry to have if Buddy comes back. So
Yeah, I mean, yes, Aaliyah Matthews.
and Rhea Matthews.
Oh God, did he
Oh,
did you guys talk about a new GM last week?
what new GM?
The youngest GM in WWE history.
Oh yeah,
Ava.
Ava Rain.
The Rock. You mean the Rock's
Rocket,
daughter?
Rocket.
Rockhead daughter?
Yep.
Okay, moving on.
I wonder how she
Uh,
We
got
we
back
can't
up.
we I mean she's doing okay.
yeah.
Now,
Mm.
She's not that bad.
going on to not so great things. The allegations against Vince McMahon and John Laurinaitis get
Are
even
you
worse.
really?
Um, there was a response from the Bella twins. And it's really short, so I'll just read it in full.
Oh
We
God.
are shocked and disheartened with the recent allegations against members of the WWE. It has been a lot to process since we found out this past week, just as you all did. This is something we don't stand for or condone from anyone, no matter who they are. We want all women to feel safe and supported in the workplace and in their everyday lives. Talk about a non-answer.
Yeah. And if John Laurinaitis wants to keep his marriage, he's gonna have to win at Barmageddon.
It's like a honky tonk shotgun wedding. Um, yeah, no mentioning of any of the allegations or how they're directly connected to any of this. And John Laurinaitis, legal representative, said that John Laurinaitis is not a victimizer, but a victim himself. Because I'm sure that he was saying, "No, don't make me cheat on my wife, Vince. Take it,
People
bitch.
power.
People power. Oh,
People power. He's like, yeah, John, peep those holes. Ah. Oh my God.
I'll take her on Saturday. Oh, People don't.
in a in
Um.
a handcuff match, in which Vince
Mm.
has a heart attack, and that poor girl is lost because they can't get the key.
Oh.
Wait, hold on. That's actually the premise of a Stephen King novel called Gerald's Game.
Well, I mean, this is all pretty damaging stuff, as we all. Well, I didn't, but Kaliko read all 66 pages.
Yeah,
Um.
federal crime, man. If Vince had to choose between this and steroids, what would he choose?
Right. And as a lot of people, if maybe you heard it, maybe you didn't. More people are coming out and telling their stories involving Vince McMahon. Some former wrestlers, some former employees that work from the spa. Um,
And couple, one from Endeavor, or is it a TKO, saying Vince is gone and he ain't ever coming back.
from what from what I heard, Ari Emanuel, obviously the head of TKO, um, his daughter actually worked in WWE before um,
Yeah,
the merger,
yeah.
and he apparently took things very personally. So yeah, Vince is not
Oh, yep.
going to be nowhere near this company ever again. Um, yeah, like you said, it's now become federal rather
Yep.
than criminal.
See, unfortunately, uh, the thing about this is that if Vince does any jail time, it's gonna be well, what do they call that? What do they call it? What do they call prisons for rich people? Um,
Oh, you talking about the blue collar, the white collar
white collar,
retreats?
yes, white collar crime, and the whole thing. Something farm. Um,
But
there,
usually that's like for embezzling, and it's because that's the thing. I don't think he would have to go do hard time because it's more sex offense crimes than white collar crimes.
I mean, honestly, I could just imagine him being cellmates with Bill Cosby.
Nope, I could
Well,
imagine him
he
making.
ain't going to the retreat then.
That's a sitcom waiting to happen.
I could see him making toilet wine.
Bruno, you got the recipe from Dominic.
Did you say toilet wine?
Toilet wine,
Yeah,
Bruno. As
Oh
in,
gosh.
yes, you make it in Pruno San Martino.
Kaliko. Uh, do you have any comments on this? Because I know that you read all of it. You've been up to date with everything.
Weird.
Is it weird that I'm reading it, or is it weird?
Yeah, yes, it's weird that you can read. No,
Yeah, it is. It's very weird that I could read. Uh, uh, reading it, I just urge people to read it because it's one of those things where it's like, yeah,
oh no.
if this was anyone else, they would have been under the rock by now. And the funny thing is that I think they're trying to fight to make the NDAs, um, basically trying to break up the NDA because technically he was is under the pretense of intimidation, but then there's this thing where NDAs as far as a loophole because if he was using company money to in which he was, as articles have found out, that he was using company money to pay hush money for said NDAs. then they're null and void because the WWE did not know about it
Yeah,
or the boards.
in a federal crime case, they would be null and void regardless.
Exactly. I mean, no, I'm just talking about as far as others in NDAs, as
Yeah,
far as the other ones that were allegedly paid off. So now this is where the hole gets deeper for him in a sense.
yes.
Right.
And the fact that Linda hasn't even left him this time. Um, I mean, who
She
knows?
knew.
Yeah.
But yeah, absolutely. You know, I've got I got a couple of lawyers in my family. Maybe I will get their opinion on this, and maybe we can actually have a serious legal discussion uh, next week.
Oh
Well,
yeah, because this is
Or not.
this case is interesting.
Yeah.
It's inter. I'm just waiting on this case if it ever becomes like on like court TV. I think I
Or,
would
or
watch
on
every goddamn.
or on A&E, like Court Camp,
Right.
my new
Like
favorite show.
I would be all over this. I wonder if this would be like how they did the Johnny Depp uh
yeah.
Amber Heard case where I could watch it like nonstop.
Yeah,
Because he's gonna have to announce it and come to he's gotta come to court. So
One
it
thing
would be.
that I found interesting was, and Eric Bischoff brought this up. Can Vince McMahon get Benoit where we erase him from history?
No, no.
Because
They,
he's too ingrained in the history of pro
yeah,
wrestling.
they, they, they can't erase him, but they don't ever have to talk about him again.
mm-hmm.
That's basically it. The same way you can't erase the great matches Benoit had.
It's one of those things where it's we have to hold two thoughts at once.
Yeah, yeah,
And and is yes, you can say, "Oh my God, this guy has done great things for the company. He has done a lot, and he's contributed a lot." And we can also say that he's a piece of shit.
yeah. I mean, when he wears that piece of shit on his lip, oh, oh my god, I can't believe I waited this long to say it. Yeah, I cut off all my hair out of solidarity for nobody.
So you look, now you went
Now
from
now
looking like a
now
homeless person to a
looking
homeless
like
person without hair.
now I went looking like a homeless person to a homeless Steve Austin.
There you go. I think Kaliko put it the best. There's
Yeah,
no denying Vince McMahon's contributions to pro wrestling. A majority of it is Vince McMahon because he's wrestling as we know it is the way it is because of him. Um, you can't necessarily erase any of that. But it doesn't change the fact that he's a garbage human being.
he just got Jericho.
Yeah, I mean, but honestly, it's himself. Like it's funny. Me and James were saying it last week. I told Pride got the best of him. Pride killed him because he could have kept his ass out the first time, but what he wanted to do, strong arm his ass back in like Succession, and now look what happened.
Another victim of his own hubris.
Yes.
I mean, if we're getting technical about this, payment plans was his undoing. If he just paid the money that he said he would, he wouldn't have
Mm-mm.
we wouldn't have been here. But here
See,
we are.
see, see that. That's the thing about blackmail, James. It works once. You're gonna want to try it again. So
Exactly.
don't ever fucking blackmail anyone, or you might get Steve Blackman to come beat you up and arrest you. Or even worse, you may have to confront Steven Seagal, and he's gonna snatch every motherfucker birthday.
And with that, that will conclude the news portion of the show. And now a quick word from our sponsors.
Hey, folks, this is the Colossal Mike Law, and you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment. Enjoy the show. Support these guys. We appreciate it very much. We'll see you at ringside.